Hi there, it's Belinda Weaver here. I'm from Copyright Matters. I run Copyright Matters. This is my page, Copyright Matters. I talk about copywriting because I am a copywriter, and today I wanted to talk to you about jargon. Now, jargon is something as copywriters we're often told to banish from copywriting. Get that complicated language and that jargon out of the copy because we need to simplify. We need to use straightforward language that anyone can understand. But what if I told you that sometimes jargon is exactly what you need? There are some pieces of copy that need jargon in them to make them better. I know, it's surprising, isn't it? And that's what I wanted to talk to you today about. You know what I mean. So jargon is, according to the dictionary, special words or expressions used by a profession or a group that are difficult for others to understand. And that's why we usually want them out of our copy, because they're difficult for people to understand. But sometimes we want to exclude people from our copywriting, and that's what jargon can do. Sometimes we want to kind of create some barriers to entry. It can be particularly relevant if we're talking to a specific group of people. We don't want the message to be available to everyone. We want it to be available to the group of people who get it. And that's when jargon can help. Basically, jargon is okay if the audience you're talking to understands it. If the audience you're not talking to doesn't understand the jargon, that's okay, because they're not your audience. So you can use jargon to exclude the people that you are not interested in talking to. You can also use jargon to create like an enhanced sense of value. For example, do you want a grande latte or a medium coffee? Which sounds more appealing? A used car or a certified pre-owned car? A bit of $10 word magic there. But what about in copywriting terms? Do you want to learn how to write an introduction or a lead? A lead is basically an introduction, but it uses a bit of jargon and it creates an enhanced sense of value. And you know what? People in the know will understand. The big reason jargon is useful is if you're writing about a technical topic. So as I said, the definition from the dictionary is the language and phrasing used by a profession or a specific group. Jargon is absolutely relevant when you're talking about a technical topic or a hobby or things like that, because sometimes we can break language down to make it more straightforward, but sometimes there is a precise word to use and no other word has quite the same meaning. And that's where jargon can help. If you are talking about a technical topic that has a specific language, and that's the language you need to make sure you're understood, jargon is absolutely perfectly acceptable to use. Now, the thing that you need to know and understand is the comprehension of your audience. As I mentioned, if you know your audience is going to understand the jargon, it's fine to use. But if you are trying to reach an audience who might be at a beginner level, they don't understand the jargon, nor do they need to understand the jargon just yet. If you are trying to talk to that audience, then you need to get rid of the jargon and simplify your language. But if you're speaking to a more advanced level about a topic that has a specific language, it is perfectly acceptable to use. So I want to finish up by reading a quote from Bob Bly, very famous and very good copywriter. Bob says, I hope I can call him Bob, even when using legitimate technical terms and acronyms, don't overdo it. A sentence packed with too many acronyms and technical terms seems cold, inhuman, and almost unreadable. The optimal ratio is no more than one technical term for every 10 words in a sentence. And I think that's pretty legit. One technical term for every 10 words in the sentence is a good balance. Like all your copywriting rules, don't overdo it. You can have $10 words, but don't overdo it. You can use jargon if it's for the right audience and you don't overdo it. You have to understand the comprehension level of your audience. Your copy has to be aimed at the right people using the right language. And of course, you don't want to overdo it. When in doubt, I think when it comes to jargon, when in doubt, leave it out or explain it. That's another way you can introduce jargon to an audience who might not understand. So that's it. That is when jargon is perfectly acceptable to use in your copywriting. Perfectly acceptable, nay, required. Now, you can check here for regular copywriting tips, or you can check my blog. My main name is Belinda Weaver. My business is Copyright Matters. I am a copywriter. You can check out my blog at copyrightmatters.com/blog. You can also sign up to get daily copywriting tips, super short, super awesome, anytime. All right, I hope you found this useful. I'd love to know what you think. Have you ever found jargon was okay for a client? Have you ever had to take it out? Has jargon ever caused you a sticky situation? Let me know. Otherwise, have a great day.